Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my Delfonics Medium Pouch setup. I posted a picture of this beast on Instagram a couple of weeks ago and asked if you wanted a video on it, and there were loads of comments saying yes, so happily I'm doing this video today. First things first, this isn't the only Delfonics pouch that I own, so they have a couple of different sizes. Like I say, this is the medium. I do also have the small, again in the beautiful mustard yellow. This currently doesn't have anything in it, but when I'm eventually allowed to go back into the office, this is going to hold everything kind of laptop related that isn't my laptop, so mouse, cables, things like that. Perfect size for that, and yeah, just keeps everything away nice and tidy. I then also have, I think this is the B5 size, so this is what I was using for work when I was in the office last year before lockdown and COVID happened, and this was basically for pretty much stationery and stuff. So there was paperwork. It also holds my Nuna notebook, so this was my bullet journal for work for well over a year. I absolutely love it. Perfect bullet journal, great thick paper, really high quality. I will leave a link below to the blog post where I share how I use this. Yeah, I haven't stuck with bullet journaling. I'm kind of doing a bit of a hybrid for this year, but yeah, highly recommend this notebook. Nuna notebooks are absolutely great. I don't hear enough about them really, to say how kind of relatively cheap they are for the quality. But yes, this fits perfectly in this pouch, and that's what I used to use it for. But the main one today, and the main one that I use, is the medium. So as you can see, it doesn't close. That's because I don't really plan on the go. I mean, since March I haven't really gone anywhere, but this is kind of an extension to my desk storage, I guess is how you kind of call it. So it lives just next to my desk on a drawer set that is like the same level of my desk, and it basically holds all of my stationery that I might want to use during my planning, and it just basically means that I don't have to keep it on my desk and have lots of desk storage. I do have desk storage, but I like to try and keep the area as clear as possible, so I've actually got working space. So this is really handy because it sits just next to it. It's got everything that I would want to grab or need for any kind of planning, except for kind of my other sticker folders. But yeah, so perfect in terms of keeping everything together, but also keeping things to hand. So first thing is, Delfonics pouches always have absolutely loads of pockets, as you probably saw with the other pouches. This one's no different. It's got millions front and back, and then inside it as well. One thing to note, I guess, is because these are obviously perfect for pens, it really is easy to kind of overload them and make the pouch tip. So I do find that I have to be careful kind of when I'm removing stuff from inside, or if I'm changing what's going in here, just to kind of keep the weight evenly distributed. Otherwise you do have a bit of a mess trying to kind of keep it stood up. It's only a small thing, but just something to note. It really is easy to kind of overfill these, particularly on the front. So in terms of pens, lots of highlighters. Obviously these are the mild liners. I don't use these as much. I do actually prefer the Stabilo, I don't know how you pronounce it, but these are the Spring Cool highlighters. I prefer them because I just prefer the colours. So that's quite dark on the mild liner. This is quite nice and pastel, but I do use the mild liners for some things because I like the fact that it's got the pointed end and not just the highlighter end. So yeah, keep all of these highlighters easy to grab hold of. I then have the Pilot Colettos. So I absolutely love these pens. I've probably written quite a few blog posts about them. But yeah, you just buy the barrel and then buy the refills, and there's lots of different refills available, including pencil and eraser, which is awesome because it means you can have pencil and pens in the same barrel, which is really handy, particularly if you haven't got a lot of space. I then just have a really generic plain black gel pen that I just use for writing on stickers, because I mainly use fountain pen, but I can't write on fountain pen or write with fountain pen on my stickers because they're vinyl, so I like having a gel pen to hand. This is a stick for the MU print on stickers. These are basically sticker transfers, so you just kind of lay them down on your paper, go over them with the tool, and then it adheres to the page. Really great, particularly if you've got something like a Hobonichi that's got thin pages, because these stickers don't bulk up the pages, as opposed to kind of traditional stickers where your Hobonichi chunks up. So if you like to put in decoration stickers but don't want loads of bulk, the MU print on, they're really good for that. Then I've got a couple of wider pockets. The first one of these is perfect for storing my kitter. It's the perfect size to have them to hand. And then some of these kind of washi strips that I bought recently. If you haven't used kitter before, they're washi strips. So they just peel off, and then they've got a backing. Perfect for just adding a little bit of decoration, a little bit of colour. I usually cut them down into certain shapes and use them mainly on my daily pages actually. But yeah, they don't really have kind of a natural storage home, but this pocket is actually perfectly sized for them. Great place for them to live. And then here is just tabs. So I use tabs all the time. Any page that I know I'll need to come back to or refer to, it gets a tab. So I like having these to hand. And then I've also got spare Avery tabs, another real common tab that I use in my planner. Love those. Reusable for God knows how many times. I've got tabs in my planner that I've probably had for like a year and they're still sticky, which, yeah, very good value. I think I bought those in like 2017, 2018, and I'm still in the first pack, so great purchase. Then on the back, not really used as much. It's mainly just storage for pouches. Got a little coin purse there, and this live work pouch. I love pouches, really weird I know, but I do seem to collect loads. I used this over the summer when I didn't really need kind of a big bag or anything. I just needed a couple of cards and maybe kind of like spare contact lenses or something like that. Pouch was perfect. So yeah, so that's kind of just random storage for those. Obviously, as you can see, this is why I have some of the issues with it leaning forward, because I don't have a huge amount on the back to kind of balance it out. But yeah, right, main pocket. As you can see, this fits absolutely loads. I'll take everything out first. So you get two pockets either side. I don't use the back ones currently, just because I've got nothing necessarily to put in there. But in the front, I have my Polaroid zip printer. These are really handy. They're not the most amazing quality printers, but they're great if you just want to pop the odd picture in your planner for kind of journaling or memory keeping, anything like that. If I've got a lot of pictures to print out, I'll tend to just print them on sticker paper and do like a full sheet at a time. But if I am just printing out an odd picture, then I will use that. And these are just paper, keep some spare refills. So that's all that's in kind of the internal pockets. In terms of everything else that's in this big pocket, so the biggest thing is probably these two pouches. So I have sticker storage in the form of kind of photo albums, and that's where all my little sheets go, so like all my functional stickers and things like that. That all lives in there. I've got a blog post about those, so I will drop a link to that in the description. But everything else, i.e. kits basically, goes in one of these two pouches. So cousin size kits, week size kits, both live in here. These are pouches that I used to sell in the shop that I no longer do, so I sold the pouch with kind of custom vinyl according to what you wanted. But yeah, perfectly sized and fits perfectly in the Delfonics pouch. I've also got a couple of kind of random larger sheets of stickers that don't fit in the photo albums, but yeah, that's basically just a load of stickers. Really great to kind of have to hand when I'm planning my week. Next up, I've got these. So these are Hobonichi folders. They usually sell, so they change the designs every year. They sell them in A5 and A6. I use these to basically keep kind of random decorative things, so a bit of vellum, cardstock, things like that. Note cards, little envelopes, just bits and pieces really that don't kind of have a natural home anywhere else. But it means if I'm looking for something to add a bit of decoration or a tip in, I know I can just look through these and probably find something. Next up I have these two pouches. So these are both from Livework. So Livework and Delfonics are probably my two favourite pouch makers. They're always fantastic quality, helpful that they match really well in terms of colour, although it doesn't look that close on camera. But yeah, always love these pouches. This is one that I recently bought that I don't have a use for yet. I mainly just use it kind of so when I went to my mum's over Christmas, I just took a few essentials in here and it was good to go, and the front pocket's really handy. This, so this basically gives me kind of an extra bit of storage in the pouch for pens. So the way it kind of sits in, it's another pen holder basically. These fine liners I don't use, I probably still use daily, but I'm not a big kind of drawer. I don't do loads of kind of coloured pen work in my planner, but I do sometimes use it for kind of colour coding or highlighting things. So yeah, I like to have these to hand, and a ruler. And then inside I just have other pens that I don't use as much, but I don't necessarily want to put them away in a drawer. So things like micron pens, great if I'm just, I need some smart black lines, a couple of pencils, these are travel scissors. So yeah, just random other bits that I kind of want close by, but won't be using so often that I need them kind of grabbable like these ones are. And then the final thing is this. So this is a Hobonichi drawer pouch pocket. Lovely little pouch. Has a few different slots inside. This is basically a bit of a replacement for this Livework pouch. Just because I much prefer the design on this. It's a bit prettier. So if I'm going out, maybe for an evening, this is actually a perfect size. If I don't want to carry a big purse, this will actually kind of fit everything I need apart from my phone pretty much. So yeah, purchased this back in March because Hobonichi had a sale on the drawer pouches. So yeah, all of that manages to live in here quite easily really. It's impressive how much can be fit in here. Obviously, like I say, it doesn't close, but that's fine for me because it literally just lives on my desk, so I don't need, well, next to my desk, so I really don't need it to close. But I have previously taken this on holiday, so when I went on a big holiday and wanted to make sure that I kind of had things to journal in and enough kind of pens and supplies, like I even took my printer, everything kind of went in here and it worked a treat. Yeah, absolutely love this pouch. I did initially buy it not really knowing what I was going to do with it, so I'm glad I've found a really good use for it. They do come in a few different colours. There's probably about 4 or 5 kind of block colours that these come in, and then a couple of designs like this one. Yellow is my favourite just because it's a really nice dark mustard. I mean, I've had this probably over 2 years now and it hasn't got stained or discoloured at all, so yeah, really happy, really impressed with this. I'll try and leave links for as many of these things as I can, but if there is something that I've shown you in the video, just drop me a comment and I'll see what I can do to remember where it's from, because a lot of this stuff has been accumulated over time. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this tour. Oh, my pouch is broken, always handy. Yeah, bit of a quick tour, didn't want to ramble on too much, but I'm sure I did lots of rambling. But if you did like this video, please leave it a like, please subscribe if you haven't already, and if there are any other videos that you want to see, maybe you want to kind of see more videos on pouch setups like this, please let me know and I'll get them filmed. I'll speak to you soon. Bye!